This is Shelley Kraft coming to you live on SNNLive. We're at the LD Micro Invitational 2015 here in Bel Air, California. Dennis Becker is with me from Mobivity. It's a publicly traded company and the symbol is MFON. Dennis, welcome back to SNNLive.
Thank you, Shelley. I appreciate you having me here.
Now, what I would like to know for our audience is an overview of the company, and then I'll have some more questions.
Great. So Mobivity, we're the developers of a technology called Smart Receipt. And what Smart Receipt does is it intercepts the data that flows to any receipt printer and allows a brand to essentially create advertisements and calls to action on the printed receipt, as well as take that data and that information to Mobivity's cloud, where they can use that information and that insight to better monetize on their consumers.
So give me an idea of some of the information you're capturing.
Well, essentially, everything that comes out on a receipt is information that we can use to understand what the consumer's purchasing. We understand what was bought, when it was bought, where it was bought, what method of payment was used, everything in the basket that includes what products were purchased, that tell us, things about the consumer that helps the brand target advertising either through the printed receipt or through digital channels to engage that consumer in the future and drive sales.
So give me an example of some of the vendors and how they use it.
Sure. So we're in thousands of Subway locations nationwide. Subway's using the technology to put calls to action on the printed receipt, product announcements, special offers, bounce back messages. All of these things increase average ticket size, customer frequency. They're also using it to promote third-party advertisers such as Uber, to partner with other brands and bring value to their consumers by putting special offers onto the receipts, and then again to use that data to engage through other channels such as text message marketing. We're also deployed in Baskin-Robbins, Sonic drive-in locations, and several other quick service brands across the country.
So I could see this working in rewards programs too.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, earlier this week we announced a partnership with U-Swirl, which operates several self-serve frozen yogurt brands, and they're using the technology to intercept the information that's going to the receipt and use that to provide a loyalty program to increase customer frequency.
And I like the fact that you take this receipt and it has a value now to it. Rather than you don't just discard it in the garbage, you look at it and you say, oh, wow, that's kind of cool. Who thought of this?
Yeah, so what we're finding is when you turn the receipt canvas into a currency, we see redemption rates that are upwards of 2 to 10%, and the consumers start to build a habit of looking for the receipt to provide for them special value. And our model is to provide the technology as a software as a service in a context where the brand itself generates 5 to 10 times ROI based on the conversion rates of the consumers using the receipts as their currency.
Did you think of this?
I'd like to say that I did. We acquired the technology mid to late 2014. And since then have deployed in thousands of locations as we've progressed in marketing the service out to major brands such as Subway and Baskin-Robbins.
So it sounds like this is a big marketing play. So literally the footprint, as you expand it, that's how you're going to grow your revenues.
Sure, I think there's approximately 8 million merchants in the United States, and every one of them needs a cash register, a point of sale system, where they're printing receipts. And that's an opportunity for us to bring value into literally millions of brick and mortar businesses.
So is your business built on bringing in more vendors, or do you deal with the people who place the units in the vendors' locations?
Actually both. So we'll sell direct to brands such as Subway, and then we'll also work with point-of-sale systems and point-of-sale vendors that are actually deploying the cash register systems inside these merchants.
How do you integrate social media, email, and text messaging? Because I think that's the trend.
Yep, no, what we can do is we can actually put calls to action on the receipt itself, either QR codes or other forms of calls to action like Facebook-like calls to action that invite the consumer to use either the special promotion or offer that's displayed on the receipt to connect to their Facebook wall. We can also, as we intercept the receipt information, we can transmit that information instead to the printed receipt printer, but we can also send it out through text messaging, out through social media channels, email for electronic receipt type concepts.
That's interesting. Let's get a website out there for more information for our viewing audience.
Sure. So we're Mobivity. Our ticker symbol is MFON, and our website is www.mobivity.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dennis Becker, Mobivity. MFON is the ticker. I'm Shelly Kraft. This is SNN Live, and we're coming to you live from LD Micro Invitational 2015 in Bel Air, California. Dennis,
Thanks for having me.
great to have you.
Appreciate it.